What's going on, legendary channel average guys? Today's gonna be day 2 of my supplement series, man. We're gonna do Tribulus Terrestris. I appreciate y'all for tuning in on that first one. That was maca root. If you have given it a shot since you heard about it from me, please leave me a comment in this video. And if you had been using it previously and you've had a positive experience or a negative one, you let me know. I'd like to hear from you guys, letting me know you know, how you feel about these compounds and things that we're talking about on this channel, man. Y'all's feedback is very necessary and very cherished, you know, to me, by me. I appreciate it. And I want to shout out the subscribers, man. I appreciate you guys. Anybody that's left a comment, thank you. I have a mission here on this channel, guys, and that's to create a space for men to tune in, listen to something that's not part of the average media message regarding masculinity these days. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Toxic masculinity and so on and so forth. And you know, it's crazy because I'll make comments like muscles are masculine or cars are masculine, and I'll get pushback. And it's the craziest thing that, you know, in my opinion, these things have always been masculine and will always be masculine. Men are more interested in things than people, hence the car enthusiasm. And muscles are better held on the male frame than the female frame. They're denser and stronger, more powerful. So yeah, all that being said, guys, here on this channel, we're gonna promote these types of messages and remind men what it is to be a damn man. And these things aren't ultimately what constitutes masculinity, but they are just a part of masculinity. You know, protecting our loved ones, protecting our women, and providing for these individuals. That's also a big part of masculinity. And the reason I'm really honing in now on these supplements and on these, you know, just the topics in general surrounding get up and go, right? I did a workout video. I'll probably do another one next time I have access to a gym, which I normally don't. I'm in this truck usually. I guess I could do a video here in the truck and let y'all kind of see what I do in here. As a matter of fact, I will do that. But the reason I'm you know, on this journey with you guys to improve male vitality and vigor is because I know you guys you can't be happy. 1 in 3 guys right now, 1 in 3 guys are reporting having no sex in the past year or are virgins between the ages of 20 and 30 years old. I'm sorry, a 30-year-old virgin. And I don't mean to laugh at that. You know, I mean that but a 30-year-old virgin that blows my mind, right? And I mean, what it ultimately comes down to, fellas, it's not funny for you all, because what it really points, it's really funny. It's really funny how women are acting towards average guys these days. It's silly. A lot of you guys out there, y'all are stand-up guys. The realest. Women have a whole laundry list of things that y'all are. Y'all fit the description. Trust and believe it. I know it and I see it. I know you don't want to hear that from me because I'm a dude. You ain't interested in dudes. You want women to know that message and to understand that point. But guys, I mean, and if you know a girl that could, you know, a sister, a cousin, because I know these women, if you ain't sleeping with them, they ain't gonna necessarily listen to you. But if you got siblings and people that look up to you, put them on to stuff like this. Put them on the channels that promote a true masculine message, because that's gonna help, you know, them find and appreciate a mate, and that's gonna come full circle back to you guys. So y'all share this channel, man. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna work towards getting better results for men. Along with this supplement series I plan on in the future. So y'all write me in the comments or DM me on Facebook, Instagram, Rod the Legendary, Facebook, Rod the Legendary Thomas, Twitter, follow me on there because Facebook is tripping. I'm actually shadow banned for another 5 days on Facebook So if y'all haven't been seeing my content, that's why. I've also been kind of throttling down my posts so I could, wait out this probationary period or whatever they got me on. Facebook jail, as they call it. You know what I'm saying? It's censorship bullshit. But you can also follow me on Twitter, if I didn't say that already. Rod the Legendary SSJ. So yeah, guys, we're gonna keep on promoting this message, man. We're gonna get it out there. So let's go ahead without further ado. Let's talk about the Tribulus Terrestris. So Tribulus Terrestris is a flowering plant that is native to northern Africa and Southeast Asia. I believe the extract that we pull from it is from the fruit portion of that flowering plant. And yes, we ingest it orally. It is said to be safe and effective for both men and women, interestingly enough, because although on the shelves, if you type in test booster on Amazon, or if you go to Walmart and you buy any of their proprietary or other brands of test boosters, Tribulus Terrestris is listed on that. However, it is not, or it's not understood unanimously in the scientific community to be a test booster. They figure it may kind of beat around the bush and boost testosterone by proxy of something else, some other occurrence within the body. But in hypogonadic males, in other words, men with decreased testosterone, it is said to have improved testosterone. Now, I can say personally, as I believed I was hypogonadic for a list of reasons that I've discussed on other episodes, including my hair falling out, lack of sexual desire, so on and so forth. I do find that Tribulus Terrestris does help me anecdotally. It makes it easier to get up out of the bed in the morning. Makes it easier to go into the weight room. And I'm going to tell you, when I get in the weight room, I do feel an increased energy. Now, what the scientific community does not argue as it pertains to sex drive. It is pretty much unanimous in the scientific community that Tribulus Terrestris does improve sexual performance. So, guys, there's a good reason to give it a shot. And I have noticed that anecdotally as well. Like with any of these compounds, and I'm going to continue saying it, start on the low end. If they're going to tell you to take 4 capsules a day, start with 1. Start with 1 in the morning. Wake up, take it with a good hit of water. I prefer some flavored water. This is Mio, although I'm supposed to be getting off of that because my wife says she don't trust these artificial sweeteners, but I don't put sugar in my food, so I was giving that a shot. But we don't know about sucralose at this time, so we're gonna back off of that. But yes, drink plenty of water and give it a shot. Start on the low end, see how it makes you feel. It should give you energy, should make you able to get up out of that bed. And I'm gonna tell you guys, the reason I'm talking about this, man, we got to get our health back in check. See, step 1, and this is why. So I started this series. One of my first videos, it might have been the first, second, or the third, was a video regarding keto. The reason I started there was because if you get your food intake under control, then these herbs that I'm talking about, as I specified in the first video, are going to take their effect, and they're going to have a noticeable effect. See, you get in there, you think you're going to eat all this sugar, and this stuff is going to help you. It's not. And I have reason to believe, personally, it's not really personal. I guess it's anecdotally, based on the things I see within the bodybuilding industry, so on and so forth, pertaining to strokes and heart attacks, that the combination of stacking these herbs and trying to take so much of it to overcome your bad behavior, and forcing, kind of forcing your blood flow through veins that are constricting because you're inflaming them with carbohydrates and insulin secretion day in, day out. I have reason to believe that's going to cause a cardiac event. So that's why I began, because I didn't want you guys to think that these were some miracle compounds that are going to just change your life forever and all this kind of stuff. They will not have the effect you want. And then what you're going to do is you're going to try to increase. I'll leave you with a story. There was when I first started on this journey, I got back on T-boosters, and I was no foreigner to taking a weight room and performance enhancing compound. I took them in high school, which is why I believe I became hypogonadal as I got older. But I was about 27 years old, And I took a stack, and I'm not going to give out the name there, but I took a stack, right? So that was Tribulus Terrestris, fenugreek, and other compounds within boron, so on and so forth. And I do take one similarly. I take one very similar to that today, but I take it as directed. Back when I was 27, I was on vacation. I forgot to bring my tablets, and I noticed that my testosterone levels began to plummet. And so my smart ass decides when I get home, I'm going to take all of the stack for the day all at once. And I sat there and did that shit. And y'all, I mean, I tell you, I had some mind-blowing sex right after doing that. And while my wife was asleep in the bed, my heart rate would not come down. It stayed up above 100 beats per minute. I want to say 120, and it stayed there for a while. Had me in such a panic that I took myself in, I had my wife drive me to the hospital. 12 midnight, still couldn't, calm down. And they had to put me on a drip. They put me on a drip, and the heart rate came down in about an hour and a half to where I finally started to doze off, and woke up the next day. Everything was stable and normal. Nothing was wrong with my heart. So the culprit was an overdose in testosterone booster. And guys, these things do affect your body. So you want to take caution when using these compounds. That's why I always tell you to start on the low end. I can tell you right now, I take pretty much the exact same formula. I think, I want to say it's the same. It's a different brand, but I want to say it's the same stack, right? Tribulus Terrestris, boron, fenugreek, some other, I can't pronounce it, Sinjad or something. Anyway, I'd have to look at the bottle. But that stack, and yes, I take 1/4 of the recommended dosage. I'll push it up to a half if I'm feeling particularly sluggish for a little bit, But I don't even take the full dosage, guys, and I get what I want out of it. I mean, y'all see how I work out, you see how I look, you see what's going on. So there's no need to go overboard. There's no need to try to stack up if you miss a dose. If you can't be disciplined about it, well, you're gonna have to still take it the way it's recommended. Some of them will tell you to take 2 in the morning, take 2 at night. Don't exceed that. And if you do that at your own peril. You have been warned. But these things can help you. They can help aid you in your journey. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. The reason I can work so hard, the reason I can move like I can move, the reason I can do what I can do, and at 33 years old is because I take my health seriously. I don't put a whole bunch of bullshit in my body on a regular basis. During the holidays, I might screw off. I have my family eat the same way, which is why my wife looks the way she does. After bearing 3 children. And yeah, the reason we can keep this energy up is the way we eat. It's the way we work out. It's the way we think. There's a lot of misinformation out there, guys. It's going to tell you stuff like you can get this, take this miracle compound, this miracle drug, or do this miracle workout, or once a week, this and that, or you can eat carbs and all this kind of nonsense. Man, it's bull. I've tried it all. I've tried vegetarianism. I had a friend of mine was talking to me about vegetarianism here recently. And though it's a noble attempt at a healthier diet, it was ineffective. I lost a little weight, but I didn't notice any difference in my sexual functionality. Let's say I didn't notice any difference in my strength. I lost weight, but I could not gain muscle mass, right? Because, just to be honest, the reason it's so hard to stick to a vegetarian diet is because it's, the food's nasty. I mean, eating salads all day long and so on and so forth. I mean, you can try your best to make it taste like meat, but ultimately that's what your body is craving, is meat. And the reason it's craving meat is because of all the nutrients that's in meat, including compounds like creatine and the protein is found within meat, and iron and all the minerals, and most importantly, like the cholesterol, which is the precursor to your sex hormone. So if you got low testosterone levels and they're telling you to lower your cholesterol, how can you build cholesterol if you're not putting in the right materials? So vegetarianism did not work for me. It didn't give me what I wanted. Then I found keto, and what I do now is I'm not strict keto, but what I do is I maintain a low carb diet, high in fats, particularly olive oil. It's the olive oil I use while I'm on the truck. Tonight I'll be having a salad after I get me a little workout. It's just great value, man. It's extra virgin olive oil. And I tell you, when I'm not eating that stuff, I feel like there's a noticeable difference. You know, when I'm not eating like that, there's a noticeable difference. And I told you guys in the first video about keto, I've cured my asthma. So if you're dealing with a disease that's an inflammatory disease and you can't figure out how to correct that, cut the carbs back. I reduce neck pain. I've got some type of bad disc or something in my neck. I don't know, but when I eat carbohydrates, it starts to hurt, and I can't turn my neck all the way. And but the range of motion improves drastically when I'm on a low carb diet. I've had asthma my entire life. I used to have to take 2 to 3 hits a day of an inhaler. That's a fast acting inhaler, or once a day if I was going to take a inhaled steroid. So that's either steroids or albuterol 3 times a day. And that was for the better portion of my life, and pretty much my entire life, until here recently. I found keto last year in January. Guys, I haven't used my inhaler since I ran out in December, right after having what I thought was my 3rd episode of COVID. I just don't require it. Honestly, when I was, sick and coughing up mucus during the COVID episodes, when I would reduce my carbohydrates and or restrict them, the inflammation cleared. Excuse me. The inflammation cleared, and I began to recover immediately after reducing my carbohydrates. So, I say all this to say, guys, if we can correct our behaviors, and if we're given proper information as it pertains to nutrition from guys that are out here doing it and not trying to hoard the information like most people do, then we can move our nation forward. Then we can get our masculinity back, guys, and we can get back to being what it is to be a man. I don't see why I personally can't maintain this physique until I'm 40 something. I don't see why I can't make gains. I'm not that big a guy. Hell, I only weigh about 157 pounds soaking wet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not huge, but I am powerful. I'm a lot stronger than I was, let's say 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and I'm getting stronger. I don't see why we cannot live a vital, healthy, interesting life, and some special mentions there. Just I know I'm going a little long on this, but some information I've been wanting to put out there for you guys. Like, I've been following this Andrew Tate situation and everything, and guys like Jordan Peterson, and it's interesting because pretty much what I'm starting to realize, Andrew Tate is on one end of the spectrum, right? Somewhere in between that, you got Kevin Samuels, okay, in a hierarchy of aggressive rhetoric to less aggressive masculine promotion, right? So let's just start with, you got Andrew Tate on the far left. You got Fresh and Fit right over there beside him. You come up and you get like Kevin Samuels, and mind you, all these guys, like I said, I mean, they may deliver the message more harshly, but they're still totally almost 100% accurate and correct in their information. You just don't appreciate the delivery. But a guy like me who played sports in high school and so on and so forth, like, I understand where these guys are coming from, man. Get the fuck up. Man the hell up. Stop being a coward. Stop being a punk. Get off your ass. Let's get our fucking bodies back, right? Let's get out here and hustle, make this money. You know what I'm saying? So I can appreciate these guys' messages, but on the spectrum, so they're some of the most extreme. Then you get, right there in the middle, you get like Rich Cooper. You might get like Rollo Tomasi, right? These sorts of guys. And then on the lighter side of things, right, you get like a guy like Jordan Peterson, And what I find is, at every point in that spectrum, these guys are getting destroyed. They're called toxically masculine, so on and so forth. Throughout my own life, I've been called by people that were close to me, women that were close to me, a male chauvinist. Right? Here I am, a father, taking care of a household, I don't see where male chauvinist fits the description of someone like myself, whereas I look to take care of 2 women that live with me, and I've also got 2 boys. So, I don't quite understand why, just because, but what that really is, fellas, is there's an insecurity. So whenever someone bashes someone else for no reason, it's because they are insecure. And right now, our population of women is extremely insecure. And it's partially because they've been lied to as well. You know, they're not doing the right things to make them proper, you know, sexual, you know, sexual candidates. Their sexual market value is lower because they've been lied to, right? They might have gained a little bit of weight, or they might have waited too long, and they're not as youthful and perky as they once were, and you know, their attitudes might stink because they were told to be assertive and to speak their mind whenever, you know, and don't be quiet and all this, that, and the third. And then they look at guys like me and Rolo and Kevin and, you know, all the guys I listed before, including, for some reason, Dr. Jordan Peterson, who takes a very unbiased approach to it, as he is a doctor in, you know, psychology. But, you know, they take guys like us and they want to call us, you know, they want to put us all in the same category, call us less than, or say that we are, that's the word I was looking for. They want to say that we're insecure or intimidated. We're not intimidated by these women. Not in the least bit. And it's sad they feel that way, because what they're doing, what they've been starved of by being manipulated by the ones that want to sell them, let's just say, clothing or perfume or makeup, or surgery. They've been deceived into believing that they could just do whatever they wanted to do. That's what this whole feminist wave has created. It's created a culture of people that just doing whatever the hell they want to do, and nobody's right for anybody at this time. Guys have been lied to. They've been told that, you know, you just need to be compassionate and loving and empathetic, and you need to listen, and you need to be what's the word, is something that equates to like emotional and vulnerable with women and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, nah, man, listen, that turns women the hell off, man. If ever I come to my home and I'm acting scared and terrified, my wife instantly reacts by falling immediately into a state of panic. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You freak a woman out when you come around, you know, acting all scary and shit like that, man. You gotta have some confidence about yourself. You know, you gotta have some stability, some tact. But in that way, we've been lied to, and just like the women. And so our society, marriage rates down, birth rates down. You just can't seem to figure it out. So with all that being said, guys, you know, I appreciate you guys for coming and stopping through, and like, subscribe, and share, man. We got to get this message out there, man. I want to have dialogue. And listen, if y'all agree with anything, or if you disagree with something I'm saying, drop it in the comment section. Don't be afraid to talk to me, man. I'm not gonna blast you. I'm not gonna put you on. That's not what we're here to do, man. We're here to build. We're here to grow. If I didn't mention it before, at the beginning of the video, I'd like to say that eventually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some well-suited brothers. Well-suited, when I mean suited, I mean like literally suited, tailored suits, and we're gonna get together, and I'm gonna do a little series. Let's call it Men in Suits. How about that? We'll do Men in Suits, and we'll have some brothers stand around and just, you know, talk about their occupation, talk about their income. Let's talk about things like, you know, what kind of suit you got, what you rocking there, man. What type of clothes you like. Well, you know, if you drive a cool car, man, let's get on that. Let's have a conversation, man. Let's start showing the world what men are really made of, as opposed to sitting here and, well, allowing them to pussify us. Y'all be easy, man. Rod the Legendary. Peace.